Think you know marketing? Think again. Welcome to Envisioning Success. We're breaking down what actually works and what's wasting your time.
I never want to make everyone happy, and so this is the best episode ever.
You don't want to be like the world's most okayest blah blah company. Nobody likes mediocre anything.
Negative feedback from the wrong audience is a sign that you're doing something right.
Ready? Let's get into it. Welcome back to Envisioning Success. I'm Laura DiBenedetto, joined by Julia Becker-Collins. This show is all about Julia because it's all about how marketing shouldn't make everybody happy.
I was just saying in the green room that I never want to make everyone happy, and so this is the best episode ever.
I know. And of course, before you go thinking that Julia is a bitch, no, she's not.
Well.
This is all right, but this is actually probably one of the most widely contested pieces of advice that we give out all the time. And we get the yeah buts. Yeah, but no yeah buts. We don't do that here. There's a reason. Stop trying to please everybody. And we're going to get into this because no, you don't want to be anything to everybody because that's how you become nothing to no one. So if you're ready to make some serious coin and quit screwing around, you're going to like this episode. So do us a favor, if you would please, like, subscribe, and share with a friend. We'd really, really appreciate that. We want to grow the audience for this show. We want to serve more people. We would love to be able to serve you, add lots more value to your life. So if you want to go to vision-advertising.com, let us know what we can talk about and how we can answer your questions. We love to do it. And of course, we always do complimentary marketing assessments, no hard pitch, no bias, no bullshit. So you let us know if you need some help. All right, you ready to talk about pissing people off?
Of course, all day.
Is it a day that ends with Y?
Exactly.
Or as my husband likes to say, well, is a frog's ass watertight?
Oh my God.
For those who don't know, I married the world's most interesting man, and no, you can't have him. He's mine.
Oh, we're extra punchy today. It's great.
Is it Thursday? Yes, it is.
It is Thursday. Oh, good times. Okay.
Okay, so let's think about this for a second. When we try to please everyone, how do you do that? You dilute yourself. You basically aim for the middle of the road to try to please everybody. And what does that mean? Mediocrity. Nobody likes mediocre anything. You don't want mediocre soup. You don't want mediocre dinner. You don't want a mediocre spouse. You don't want a mediocre job or income level. And you most certainly don't want to buy from mediocre brands that, it's okay.
Right.
You don't want to be like the world's most okayest blah, blah company.
Right.
That makes you forgettable.
Right.
Unless, of course, that's your tagline and that's your whole thing. But that's a whole conversation for another
That's
day.
a separate conversation.
Oh, for sure. So here's the thing. When you resonate deeply with the right people, you will alienate some people. So long time ago, I think, Julia, you probably received this advice. I know I did. Many other little kids did. Be yourself. Did you ever get that? Yeah, be yourself. So my mom gave me the advice, be yourself and the world will like you. She failed to mention the subtext, which was, and some of the world will deeply hate you, but that's just fine.
The right people will like you.
The wrong people, because these are the clients from hell.
Right.
These are the people who will never be happy with you. These are the people who don't want to pay your prices. These are the people who they just suck the joy out of your life. They complain about your pricing. They complain about this because they are not a good fit for you.
Correct.
And you actually do get to be selective. Now, you probably are not familiar with the idea of being selective about your audience because you've probably been taught that excluding people is wrong. And inclusivity is a big buzzword right now. Hey, I'm all about it. But when it comes to marketing, I'm the most exclusive bitch you're going to meet. I hate 95% of these people. I want that 5%. Laser precision makes my marketing easier, makes it cheaper, makes it better. And it means that I am able to grow much better. Listen to the last episode, grow my company with my dream clients that I have fun working with. They pay me my rates and it's a pleasure and I can keep them.
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't everyone want this? I don't get it.
I was leading a seminar a while ago about marketing. And one of the things I always say is, when you think about your avatar, which if you go back to episodes 9 through 11, I believe we talk about our avatar. Why do I know that? I have no idea. Why? I could spout random facts right now, but I can't do algebra. Just, fair. This is like last episode where I explained what an elder millennial is, and you had never heard of that. So let's just roll with it. Okay. So when I talk about avatar and I give, talks, speeches, public speaking, one of the things I say is, you need to define who you're selling to and who you're marketing to, because you don't want to be everything to everyone. And the more you define who you're trying to sell to, the more somebody sees themselves in your marketing and they become an evangelist. And then I'll always get the question about, well, won't somebody else be offended, or aren't I going to lose a potential sale? And it's like, well, those weren't your people. Those weren't the people you were trying to sell to. That's not who's going to come back over and over again and refer business to you. If you really dial in who you should be selling to, then you will have that smaller amount of people, but you have a higher quality of person.
Amen to that. That's amazing. No, I'm here for it. I mean, I think that people are afraid to alienate folks because they operate from a lack mindset versus an abundance mindset. And, I know you don't live at the church of woo-woo, but some of us do. And I've at least visited. And, there really is something to the whole mindset thing. If you're in a mindset of scarcity and lack of, I don't have enough clients and there's not enough out there, you're always going to make shitty decisions. But you're going to make good decisions if you deeply understand that, there's over 8 billion people on the planet. You don't need to do business with all of them. You just need to find your people. And there are huge, huge categories of folks that would be excited to do business with you. And some of them would even be thrilled to see you piss off the ones who don't fit, because there's this little concept called tribalism. People like to be with people just like themselves. What's wrong with that? Nothing. Like, I only want to hang out with Starbucks drinkers. Okay. So I was reaching. I don't know.
I know.
I don't even go out to get coffee. So I'm really not the demographic for that. But that has a certain audience of people that really love to go there, and they love being in the hubbub and the environment and the this and the that. And there's a certain type of person that enjoys that, but also they enjoy each other. So
there's a book called community, There's a book called Tribes by Seth Godin. I can see it on my bookshelf right there, and it talks all about this.
Yep. Human beings are tribal, much as we would love to be truly inclusive in all ways. The fact is, we are not wired to do that. We love our categories, we love our labels, we love our neat little tribes and communities. So build a tribe, build a little community, build your own thing. And so starting with the first actionable tip, ta-da, of course we have 5. Come on, what kind of an episode would this be if we didn't have 5 tips for you? So the first one is you need to define your anti-audience. Who don't you want to work with? Who do you hate a lot? Who is your client from hell? I can write that shit down with laser precision. They're cheap. They are an abusive asswipe. They
yell at my staff. Yes. They don't want to pay their bills. They call me on the weekend. Yeah.
They micromanage. No.
They're never happy.
No, unfortunately, we've dealt with some of these folks over the years. Now we really don't. But the anti-audience is the people you really don't want to work with. And it can be like mine was, a lot flippant. I was going to say a little, that it would be a lie. But after 25 years, yeah, you best believe I got some specificity to who I don't want to work with. Julia
Yep.
and we are so on the same page because we've been like battered and abused by like certain specific types of people. And we also don't want to work with brand new business owners. Sorry, folks, we can't do it. We're not for you. The show is for you. So if you benefit from it, great. But like, we know exactly who we want, but it begins with who we don't want.
Right.
You can do the same thing. Like, so one of our long-term clients does commercial landscaping, and one of the services they provide is design build in backyards of homes, like really fancy hardscaping. Well, guess what? There is an ideal customer for that. There's also the anti-customer for that. The person who is cheap, the person who is a micromanager, the person who is, indecisive, the person who, is maybe not cheap, but they're just on a really limited budget. That doesn't fit our client. So
Right.
we try very hard to not attract that person because we don't want to waste our clients' time with attracting people that don't fit. Like, here's the thing, like during the sales process, let's say you accidentally attract one of these people in your anti-audience. A good sales process should actually weed them out.
Yep. Agreed.
You don't want to work together. They don't even want to work with you.
Right.
So, anywho, this leads and dovetails nicely into point number 2. What is it?
Point number 2 is to be intelligently polarizing. Emphasis on intelligently. Don't just do it for doing its sake. Don't be afraid.
Just kick rocks, man.
No, that's not going to go well. Don't be afraid to take a stance. And I'm not getting political. What I'm saying is, I hate this year's Pantone color, or
oh my God, how dare you? That's very political.
God forbid. Or something along the lines of like, Gen Z makes me want to pull my hair out, which is true. They
Sorry,
do.
Chug.
Sorry. Is that Gen? I'm so old. But a lot of times people, because they're trying not to offend anybody, they don't take any stances about anything at all. They don't express opinions. They don't say anything that could ever offend a single human being on the entire planet, which means they are about as bland as burnt toast. Yep. So because you want to be attracting the right type of client, who is that ideal client for you, when you take a stance, it should be something that they can immediately identify with. When controversy is aligned with the brand values, it can deepen loyalty. It can make people really agree with you and understand what you're saying.
This episode is a great example.
Mm-hmm. Me personally, I hate pumpkin spice lattes. I think they're disgusting.
They are.
They're disgusting.
Like, why would you want that?
I don't know. I don't know.
If you want a pumpkin pie so bad, just go have one.
Correct.
Also, you may have coffee separately. What is this No.
Separately? I don't like Taylor Swift.
I don't either. She sucks. She's overrated. And I think Beyonce's terrible.
Oh, I love Beyonce.
Yeah.
So, but.
We diverge.
And that's fine. But it's more like, God forbid I say, I don't like Taylor Swift. Well, everyone's going to
terrible.
Everyone's going to kill me. And I'm just like, okay, well, I'm allowed to have my opinion. Thanks.
Yep.
I got nothing. So
I think the movie Grease is an absolute atrocity.
How dare you? It's a great movie.
And Star Wars is really stupid.
Oh, that I'll agree with. How about this?
Meanwhile, listen, before you come at me, just please understand I am forever and always an abiding follower of Star Trek Next Generation, Captain Picard, till my dying breath.
I'm sorry. If you're listening, that's me vomiting. I hate Star Trek so much. Here's my other hot take. Lord of the Rings, terrible.
Really?
Terrible. Wow. It is first one is 3 hours of white men walking. And I'm never going to get this. Never going to get that time back.
It is.
It is. When I say that to people, they're like, oh my God, you're right. I'm like, yes, I know I'm right.
That's hilarious. Did you end up actually seeing the
Nope.
No?
No.
National? Okay, so here's the joke here. Julia, Jewish, right? She was forced, or we're going to be forced to watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, somewhat against her will. So I advised her to drug herself with assorted things to get through it because it's campy. It's not her thing, right? Just not her style. And it seems like you've been spared that certain level of hell. Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm pretty proud of myself.
That's great.
I'm good. I don't need to watch that movie.
No, you really don't. It's okay. So it's fantastic. Okay, so here's the thing about being polarizing. When I talked about LinkedIn in the last episode, one of the things that I use for my content strategy on LinkedIn that helped me make that $750,000 in 1 year was being polarizing. In another company that I used to own, politics was very relevant. So sometimes I would be politically polarizing because it was relevant and appropriate for that brand. It's rarely relevant and appropriate for a company, but in the event that it is, go big or go home, baby. It will really, really help you. Other times, now, I'm not political. I really don't say much about any of that stuff, but I say quite a bit about marketing and business, like a lot of prevailing wisdom that people take for granted. And, oh, you should appeal to everybody. Absolutely not. Don't do that. Oh, yeah, marketing plan should be easy. No, it shouldn't. Oh, you don't need an avatar. Bullshit. Yes, you do. Like, right. I feel like I live and breathe. I am a living, breathing hot take. That's me. And it fits my brand because I'm not trying to fit anybody's expectation. And as the CEO and founder of this company, it is more important to me that I tell you the God's honest truth and I back it up with data, facts, and evidence than it is for me to soothe anybody's boobs and make them feel good. I want to make you rich as hell. That's my job.
I appreciate the use of soothe your boobs.
What is it? Calm the calamity that is your memories. Tame your tatas.
Tame your tatas.
There was another one too, wasn't there?
I don't know, but I always say soothe your boobs.
You ever see that? Of course you've seen that meme because I've sent it to you. There was 2 frames, soothe your boobs or calm your tits. That was the other one, calm your tits. And then there's a drawing of a woman with her boobs flying all around the room. No.
Good times.
Anyway, we're very grown up around here.
Totally.
Smart. Yes. All right. So number 3 for you is you need to actually tailor your marketing messages to your niche. So, or if you want to be that person, niche. Which one is it?
I say niche.
Niche, niche.
I think they're both technically correct.
Neat. Okay, so you want to make sure that you craft your marketing messages to your niche or niche, depending on who you side with. And to do that, you want to keep in mind the first thing of, defining your anti-audience, make sure you're not appealing to those folks, but you really want to tailor to what your ideal customer actually cares about and wants, and do not water them down for mass appeal. Don't be boring. Don't be bland. Don't be well-behaved. Take a risk. You'll be memorable. Right. Behave yourself. You'll be forgettable. Very simple.
Yep.
Numero 4.
Ignore the haters. I feel like this should just be a rule for life in general.
Can I put on a backwards hat when I say that? Ignore the haters.
Oh, God. No, but you have to say it online. Negative feedback from the wrong audience is a sign that you're doing something right. So if you're getting feedback from your anti-audience that they don't like what you're putting out there, good. You weren't trying to attract them anyway, but thanks for the engagement on my post.
Yes.
Right?
Don't engage with trolls unless you can handle it and have fun with it. Don't do that.
No. We ignore the trolls. But you shouldn't make sweeping changes to your company because you got one piece of negative feedback. You should always think about who it's coming from and are they somebody you're trying to actually sell to, or are they just, a chat on the internet?
Yeah, amen to that. And the last point we have for you is using storytelling to attract and repel. So stories, I'm sure you've heard of the Grimm tales, you've heard of Aesop, you've heard of all of these things. This is because human beings learn best when they are told stories.
Mhm.
I can just tell you something, but you're not really going to have it stick to your brain. If you really want something really sticky in someone's head, you got to tell stories. So
Yep.
to do that, you want to tell stories that will really, really resonate with your ideal customer. So when we're thinking about our ideal customers, we want to work with people who are busy business owners, who are excited about marketing, but can't quite make the time for it. They just want someone to do it for them. So we tell stories that are all about hands-off successes. We
Mhm.
don't tell stories of hands-on successes because largely when there's too many fingers in the pie, it doesn't come out right. So what we do is we tell appropriate stories to make sure that we're attracting someone who's excited to hand off like 95% of it and be involved a little. That's ideal for us because we're able to get bigger results when we're in charge of the whole damn thing. So in case of your business, what kind of stories can you tell? In the case of like our landscaper and hardscaper, for example, they would probably tell a story of someone who invested a good amount of money to create memories in their backyard with their families and to invite the grandkids over to play and to have a mimosa with their daughter in the yard and, creating stories that really paint the picture of what it could be like. So that particular story, that's not going to be a great fit for someone who can't afford it, who won't afford it, who wants to micromanage. And they would probably tell stories of we did this and we did that and we did a concierge service versus it was very hands-on.
Mhm.
So, you really just want to think about who your ideal customer is and how they like to buy from you and tell stories that reflect other people doing business with you in a way that they loved and a way that you loved.
I got
Julia's
nothing to
nodding
add.
in so much
I'm
agreement.
just, I'm bobbleheading because you're totally correct. And I have literally nothing to add.
On that beautiful note, we're going to put a bow on this one. We'll see you next time. Thanks for listening to the Envisioning Success podcast. We're super excited that you're here today and every day. This is a free marketing education. You can basically get college crash course just by listening to this show on your drive, while you're brushing your teeth, while you're washing your bits, whatever it is. We are
Heyo.
here to educate you and keep it clean somewhat. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share with a friend because sharing is caring. See you later.